I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network, and this is a breaking news alert. Donald Trump just committed felony witness tampering in Georgia on the eve of Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis being prepared to criminally indict him in Fulton County for his crimes relating to the 2020 election in Georgia. This is what Donald Trump just posted about a witness, Geoff Duncan, the former lieutenant governor of Georgia, who is prepared to testify by a subpoena before the Fulton County grand jury that is expected to indict Donald Trump. Geoff Duncan, former lieutenant governor of Georgia, expected to testify on Tuesday. In this message, Donald Trump threatens Geoff Duncan and says that he shouldn't testify, a clear violation of Georgia's witness tampering statute. In addition to violating that statute, this could also form the basis of another predicate act for the RICO or racketeering claims that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis will be bringing against Donald Trump. I think we will see that this will be a count added into the indictment. Here's what Donald Trump posted. He goes, "I am reading reports that failed former lieutenant governor of Georgia, Geoff Duncan," he spells Geoff incorrectly, "Geoff Duncan will be testifying before the Fulton County grand jury. He shouldn't. I barely know him, but he was, right from the beginning of this witch hunt, a nasty disaster for those looking into the election fraud that took place in Georgia. He refused having a special session to find out what went on, became very unpopular with Republicans. I refused to endorse him and fought the truth all the way. A loser. He went to FNCNN exclamation point." And just to read you the key point here as well, Donald Trump says, "I'm hearing reports that this former lieutenant governor, Geoff Duncan, will be testifying." Donald Trump says he shouldn't be testifying. And then he goes on to criticize him and to make these disturbing statements about him. Let's take a look at the Georgia witness tampering statute, which is found at Georgia Code Section 16-10-93, as updated and amended in 2020, states the following. A person with intent to deter a witness from testifying freely, fully, and truthfully to any matter pending in any court, in any administrative proceeding, or before a grand jury, communicates directly or indirectly to such witness any threat of injury or damage to the person, property, or employment of the witness, or to the person, property, or employment of any relative associate of the witness who offers or delivers any benefit, reward, or consideration to such witness, or to a relative association of the witness, shall upon conviction thereof be punished by imprisonment for not less than 1 nor more than 5 years. Also, sub B, it shall be unlawful for any person knowingly to use intimidation, physical force, or threats to persuade another person by means of corruption, or to attempt to do so, or to engage in misleading conduct toward another person with intent to influence, delay, or prevent the testimony of any person in an official proceeding. For example, saying that somebody shouldn't testify and then mocking them and insulting them and spreading lies about them and defaming them would fall within that. B, cause or induce any person to withhold testimony or a record, document, or other object from an official proceeding, alter, destroy, mutilate, or conceal an object with intent to impair the object's integrity or availability for use in an official proceeding, evade legal process summoning that person to appear as a witness, or to produce a record, document, or other object in an official proceeding. So when somebody like Geoff Duncan is subpoenaed to show up to provide testimony before a grand jury on Tuesday in a case where Donald Trump is the criminal target, telling somebody that they shouldn't show up is per se a violation of felony witness tampering under Georgia law. What's the penalty? It is a serious penalty. Any person convicted of a violation of this subsection shall be guilty of a felony, and upon conviction thereof shall be punished by imprisonment for not less than 2, nor more than 10 years, or by a fine of not less than $10,000, nor more than $20,000, or both. So you're talking about a significant prison sentence for just that conduct alone, and it's in the post. It is like a per se violation. So set aside all of the other criminal conduct that Donald Trump has engaged in, where we expect there to be a sprawling criminal indictment that will be voted on by the grand jury in Fulton County, and that Trump will be charged this week in Fulton County by Fani Willis. But that witness intimidation, felony witness tampering count right here has just clearly been violated. In addition, we've been reporting how Donald Trump has been relentlessly attacking Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, spreading lies about her, some of the most heinous and despicable defamatory lies about her, saying that she is engaged in sexual relations with gang members, total and utter complete defamation, misogynistic, hateful, racist statements that he continues to make about her constantly on his social media platform. And then he goes, "Oh, I hear reports about that." The defamatory statements he makes, he then self-references to further defame her. Heart health and staying healthy, especially when you have a family that you want to be able to spend as much time with as possible, is so important. We all have a heartfelt reason to support our blood pressure. In fact, more than half of the U.S. population would benefit from blood pressure support. Super Beets Heart Chews are an easy and convenient way to support healthy blood pressure, and they promote heart healthy energy. Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Super Beets are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone. And with over 30,000 5-star reviews and counting, Super Beets Heart Chews are having their moment. Super Beets Heart Chews are incredibly delicious and so much better than any alternative supplements out there. I take my Super Beet Heart Chews each morning, and it's really kickstarted my morning routine. After taking my Super Beets Heart Chews, I feel like I have more energy and am ready to take on the day. Super Beets Heart Chews are effective and clinically studied. They are the #1 pharmacist recommended beet brand for cardiovascular health support. It's blood pressure support you can trust. Double your potential with Super Beets Heart Chews. Get a free 30-day supply of Super Beets Heart Chews and 15% off your first order by going to getsuperbeets.com and use the promo code Meidas. That's getsuperbeets.com and use the code Meidas. And now back to the show. Just so you know also who Geoff Duncan is and why the lieutenant governor is significant here. In Georgia, the lieutenant governor serves as the president of the Senate and kind of presides over it. I think similar to how a vice president presides over the proceedings of the counting of the electoral votes. So Geoff Duncan was very early on outspoken against the conduct by Trump agents like Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and others who were undermining the integrity of the elections in Georgia. Geoff Duncan spoke out in real time. This is Geoff Duncan on December 7th of 2020, speaking out against all of the lies and making it very clear that the elections in Georgia were done with integrity, that they were safe and secure, and rejecting all of the lies. This is in real time. So what I'm showing you is from December 7th of 2020 as the plan by Trump and his agents to overthrow the democracy was in full force and effect. Play this clip.
The question I asked you that question phrased that way. Specifically, was it a hard question to answer? Was the election rigged?
No, it wasn't hard at all. You know, this isn't a third world country here in Georgia. We've been running elections for a long, long time, and certainly we are working all together. And we got 159 counties, and certainly we all try to hold each other accountable and make sure our standards are as high and as modern as possible. And certainly we're in the middle of that process.
So it wasn't hard at all, you say.
And so that clip I just showed you was from December 7th of 2020. On December 3rd, Giuliani was holding these meetings with certain of the MAGA Republicans and legislators as well in Georgia and other MAGA Republican election officials to try not official hearings, to try to undermine the election results in Georgia. And of course, that's when Giuliani was also spreading all of these lies about Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss and Geoff Duncan, as well as Brad Raffensperger, the Republican Secretary of State, and the Governor Kemp was pushing back hard against these baseless accusations of fraud in the election. Show you, this is Geoff Duncan recently in the past week. He was on CNN, and he responds in this to Trump's lawyer, John Lauro. And John Lauro says that when Trump threatened Republican Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, Trump's lawyer said that wasn't a threat, that was an aspirational ask. And you'll see what Geoff Duncan says. He says that's very dangerous, those threats right there. Here, play this clip.
The ballots are corrupt, and you're going to find that they are, which is totally illegal. It's more illegal for you than it is for them, because you know what they did and you're not reporting it. That's a criminal offense. So look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state.
And what he was asking for is the Secretary of State to act appropriately and find these votes that were counted illegally. That was hold on one second. That was an aspirational ask.
Does that sound aspirational to you?
It sounds dangerous and pathetic, in my opinion. And in that moment, when I heard that audio tape for the first time, I had a sea of emotions, but probably led by embarrassment, right? Here I was. At the time, to take you back in time, we had a runoff for 2 U.S. Senate seats that Donald Trump eventually lost for us because of this pathetic attempt. Look, like I said, we've got a lot of work to do. We've got a lot of medicine to take. I think Republicans, like many other people in Donald Trump's past, are going to regret ever being associated with him.
And folks, as Donald Trump is getting more and more desperate, his threats against prosecutors, witnesses, and judges is intensifying at a very, very, very dangerous and disturbing pace. We're seeing full-fledged authoritarianism here, embraced by Trump agents, by the modern-day Republican Party, and it is a disturbing thing to see them supporting just pure, unadulterated, mafia-style tactics embraced as a political party, the tactics of authoritarians. This isn't law and order. This is horrific and heinous. But I think what we will see in Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's indictment now is a witness tampering count as well. And when Geoff Duncan speaks before the grand jury in Fulton County, I think that this message will be presented. I think Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis will ask for an indictment on this. This is now new evidence against Donald Trump, both to support a RICO and racketeering claim, as well as for an independent claim for witness tampering. I think we'll see take place. I'm Ben Meiselas, and charged. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers thanks to your support. Check us out at MeidasTouch.com, the new site for all things MeidasTouch. Have a great day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.